Okay, so after I completely frustrated myself with the way that I flubbed up the end of that lesson, I pulled two assignments out of your homework, and I'm going to do these two as examples. Okay, so it says we've got a sparkling water distributor that wants to make up 200 gallons of sparkling water, and they want to sell it for $5 a gallon. So she wishes to mix three grades of water selling for $9, $2, and $4.50 per gallon. She must use twice as much of the $4.50 water as the $2 water. How many gallons of each should she use? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set X as the $9 a gallon. I'm going to set Y as the $2 a gallon and Z as the $4.50. Okay. Now I know that whenever I mix up all of these varieties of water, I'm going to get 200 gallons, right? So X plus Y plus Z is going to get me 200 gallons. I also know that whenever I multiply the X by the 9, the Y by the 2 for its cost, the Z by the $4.50, I'm going to end up getting 200 gallons times $5. So that's going to be what, $1,000? So this is going to get me the total cost, right? Now they've also told us that she must use twice as much of the $4.50 water as she does the $2 water. What does that mean? That means that 2y equals z, because we've got the z is the $4.50 water and the y is the $2 water. So let's say, for instance, and let me change colors here. For instance, she uses 5 gallons of the $2 water. That means that she needs to use 10 gallons of the $4.50 water. That's going to make this statement hold true. She must use twice as much of the $4.50 water as she does the $2 water. So that's the way that this is going to work. Okay. Now that was just a for instance to check to make sure that what we wrote here is correct, and it is. And so what we're going to do is we're going to combine these two, and we're going to get modified equations. All right. So if I put 2y in for z here, it's going to be x plus y plus 2y equals 200. And then if I simplify this, it'll be x plus 3y equals 200. Okay. Same thing here. I'm going to do the same story here. So it's going to be 9x. I'm putting in this 2y right up here for this z. Plus 2y plus 450 times 2y equals 1,000. Okay. So 450 times 2 is 9. So this is going to be 9x plus 11y equals 1,000. Okay. All right, so I need to eliminate either the x's or the y's. I'm going to choose to, let me switch colors since I'm doing a different thing here. I'm going to choose to eliminate the x's, and I'm going to multiply everything by a -9. So that's going to be a -9x. -9 times -3 is going to be a -27y, and a -9 times a 200 is going to give me a -1,800. All right, so those cancel out. 11y minus 27y is going to get me a -6y. And 1,000 minus 1,800 is going to get me a -1,800. So when I go to divide both of these sides by a -16, make sure that you type this in your calculator correctly, because the first time I did this, I multiplied it by I divided it by a 6. Yeah, that didn't work. I'm going to get 50. Okay, so that means that I want to use 50 gallons of the $2 water. Okay, so now we're going to use this. So if I use 50 gallons of the $2 water, how much of the 450 water am I going to use? So that would be 100. So 100 of the 450. Now remember, I got to add up to 200, right? So if I've got 50 here and 100 here, that means that I've got to use 50 there. Okay, so X is going to end up being a 50, Y is going to end up being a 50, and Z is going to be a 100. Okay, so you got to set up your equations and make sure that you have them working correctly, because here's the thing. On the coffee problem that I just messed up in class, it was the same story. I wrote something down incorrectly. Okay, now this one, the coffee one, is different because here we get a nice even number of gallons. That's not going to be true here when we are dealing with the pounds of coffee here. Okay. All right. So in this one, we are told that we're going to use coffees A, B, and C, and we're going to get a 50-pound batch. Okay. So A plus B plus C gets us 50 pounds. And we know that we need to use twice as many pounds of C as we do as A. Okay, that's told to us right here. Okay, so same story. I need to multiply A by 2 to get C. Okay, I've got to use twice as many pounds of C as so if I have 14 of C, then that means I'm only going to use 7 of A, right? In order for that statement to hold true. So again, that was just kind of a for instance. And then I know the prices of these coffees, okay? So A is going to be $15.99 times A. B is $13.99. And C, they told us, was $10.39. And for the entire 50-pound batch, they want the price per pound to be $13.45. Okay. So we're going to do the same story here as we did last time. We're going to combine these two things. If I substitute 2A in for C here, that's going to be A plus B plus 2A equals 50, or 3A plus B equals 50. Okay. Same thing here. Okay, so 15.99A plus 13.99B. All right, so I'm going to substitute this in for C here. Plus 10.39 times 2A. And if I multiply 50 times 13.45, I get $672.50. Okay. So now let's go ahead and make this multiplication here. This will be 15.99A plus 13.99B. If I multiply 10.39 times 2, I'm going to get, $10.39 times 2, I'm going to get $20.78. Okay. And then if I combine these two terms, adding those two terms together, I'm going to get a total of $36.77 A plus 1399B equals 672.5. Okay. You know what? I'm going to take that little caption of me away because I want to. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's switch here to green. So I'm going to eliminate the B's. So I've got a negative 1390, sorry, I've got a 1399B there. So I'm going to multiply this equation by a negative 1399. All right. So when I do that, what it's going to look like is negative 41.97A minus 1399B equals a negative 699.5. Okay, the B's cancel out. I'm left with a negative 5.2A and a negative 27. And so when I divide both sides by the negative 5.2, I get that for coffee A, I need about 5.19 pounds. Okay. Now I know that I'm supposed to use twice as much for C. So if I multiply that times 2, I get 10 pounds, 10.38 pounds. Okay. So I've got 50 pounds total. If I subtract away the 5.19 pounds and the 10.38 pounds, I'm going to get what I need for B. And then that value is going to be 34.43 pounds. All right. So again, my mistake when I was in class was I messed up that. Okay. Which threw everything off. So again, please accept my humble apology for messing up this problem in class. But here are 2 more examples for you guys to use. All right, see ya.